Forget that, just unbelievable respect for both men. I could not be prouder of Conor Benn for what he's been through and the heart that he showed in the ring tonight. You know, Nigel Benn was the people's champion. Tonight, Conor Benn become the people's champion.
It surprised me. I didn't know he had what he had in him. I really didn't. I thought I would break him early. I underestimated him. You know, I didn't train for a fight like that. You know, I didn't know he had that in him.
How do you feel, Senior?
Extraordinary performance. And I give credit to Conor Benn because let me tell you what, I was always right. What did I say to you? He's an extraordinary fighter, but the promoters are bringing him up, which is spoiling his weight at 147. What did I say? I've been saying it for what, 2 years? That man can go across to the United States and actually tear it up. And you saw that. You saw that. Junior is too big a man. These weights that they are flouting is, you know, they're destroying the fighters.
No, good fight. Good fight. You don't want nothing more as a boxing fan. That was fantastic. Enjoyed every second of it. Good fight. Happy.
What did you think of Eubank's performance? Do you think he won the fight?
Yeah, I think he won the fight. It's a good fight. Though. Really close. Really close. Everything was. I think it's a good fight.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think Eubank should do, or do you think they should run it back, Fraser?
Of course, it's a business. They can run it back, man.
Some people call that DNA. I say like this.
Guys, move to one side, please. One side, please.
Did that fight live up to expectation?
Yes, it did. But I believe it's a draw. Both fighters, nobody needs to lose today. It's a f***ing draw.
If you had to give it to someone, anyone edged it?
No. They f***ing worked hard in the gym. They trained hard. So f*** that. It's a draw.
I feel pretty good. I mean, I thought he fought again. I'm the type of guy, I pay homage to both fighters. I thought they both put their hearts on the line.
Yeah.
I thought they both gave everything they had. And if they could have gave more to the crowd, they would have gave more.
Yeah.
I think the biggest winner was Great Britain. Just my opinion. You got two native people put on a massive performance just for the hometown.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that all the time. That's a rare commodity that you can have. So
yeah, for sure.
I think that this fight would be talked about for a very long time.
For sure.
You know, but I'm happy that we get to walk away with the victory. To answer your question.
Of course. Conor started a little bit faster. He was very energetic. Not sure whether that was nervous energy, etc., etc. Where do you think Chris played his part in the fight? Where were his better rounds from your opinion?
I think he met his match. He met him at his. Conor started fast.
Yeah.
Chris matched that.
Okay.
That was the difference in the whole fight. If Chris would have started slow, then the fight would have been totally lopsided.
Yeah.
But because Chris started right away. And a lot of people underestimate one thing when it comes to boxing. Your left hand is here for a reason. You may not knock guys out, but you damn sure can win rounds with it.
Yeah.
His left hand was key. He kept popping his jab.
Yeah.
You know, and my teacher taught me very well, the late great Emmanuel Stewart, how to use the left hand. Left hand is the key piece. He taught Linux. I'm sure everybody know who that is. and no one thought he would outbox Holyfield, but he did it. Just using his jab, perfecting his jab.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all about the skill of the sport and not just the violence of it. And I thought he did a pretty good job tonight.
Unbelievable atmosphere, incredible fight. You know, the fight really ignited, and you know they both played their part in that. They both battled hard. Neither gave up, neither wanted to give in. The will they both showed was incredible, and Junior at 36 years old, he had to show his resolve there. He had to dig deep into the well and pull it out in the championship rounds, and I was impressed for him to be able to do that at 36 years old. it's impressive.
Chris Eubank Jr.'s grueling weight cut pushed his body to the brink, but the drama didn't end there. On fight week, Conor Benn's gloves sparked controversy, adding even more fuel to an already explosive showdown. Before the fight, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. had a final face-off, where the tension between them was palpable. The two fighters exchanged intense stares, adding to the already charged atmosphere leading up to the bout.
Agreed to for this fight to happen.
And do you think that will be a factor in the fight for Eubank?
Now I do, yeah. I do now because, you know, I think what's happened this morning, you know, it tilts the scales as far as I'm concerned. I leant towards Chris because he's a naturally bigger guy, a more experienced guy, but I think after this morning, this is what I'm saying, your dad needs to get here, your son needs you. Just be there as a father, show him that support.
Concern and attention have been raised by Chris Eubank Jr.'s weight loss prior to his fight against Conor Benn on April 26, 2025. Most importantly, Eubank Jr. initially registered 160.2 pounds at the official weigh-in, which was slightly over the predetermined limit. He went back to the scales after further work and was able to drop to 160.05 pounds, which was still a little over, in an attempt to make weight on a second try.
Eubank Jr. 160.05 pounds. Scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing tomorrow night at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, London.
On his first attempt at weighing in, missing it initially by 2 ounces. That's how small we're talking. On his second attempt, he has missed it by ½ an ounce, and ultimately that's cost him $500,000 as per the contract that he has with Conor Benn.
Due to this small excess, he was hit with a £375,000, about $500,000 contractual penalty that he had to pay Benn immediately. The fine underscores the tension and stakes surrounding the bout and illustrates how diligently the weight limitations were enforced.
He's got an hour Eubank to arrive and make weight. He arrived just after 12, I would say, 2 ounces, kicked a load of cameras out, called out for a towel so that he could remove his underwear. That took a while. Reweighed 1 ounce over, then disappeared to the gym next door. He had a handful of minutes remaining at that point, did a little bit of work, came back, and in the end it's ½ an ounce. And it's a very expensive ½ ounce. But it was, as I say, it's the fun of the fair in fight week, basically. But in the context of the fight itself, I don't think it really means an awful lot that he's missed it by ½ an ounce, because I saw him and I thought he looked okay.
Moreover, Eubank Jr. published a behind-the-scenes film that provided an unvarnished and disturbing look at the drastic measures he took to gain weight. He looked thin and obviously exhausted in the video, with a hollowed-out face and slow movements that were obvious symptoms of extreme tiredness and dehydration.
Ooh.
Okay, time to jump in the sauna. Now the fun begins.
Furthermore, he was seen donning heavy, bulky sweatsuits that were made to trap body heat and hasten water loss, a typical but dangerous weight loss tactic used by fighters. At one especially taxing point, Eubank Jr. crawled into an insulated sleeping bag, effectively converting his body into a furnace to expel all of his remaining perspiration.
Oh, wow. We are going to go on now. Just can't do any back.
The rehydration clause in the fight contract, which capped weight gain at 170 pounds following the weigh-in, made things much more difficult. Any weight over that would result in additional penalties of 100,000 pounds for each pound over the limit on fight day.
There's the rehydration clause tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know, this is starting to be quite expensive for Eubank Jr. I don't care how much money you've got. $500,000 or pounds is a lot of money. You don't want to lose it, so he won't want to miss that as well. But if he's really tight at the weight, £10 might not be enough for him to. He might well come in over the £10 in the rehydration clause. Yeah, well, if he's taken £10 off from last night to now, which I would say he probably has, you know, to then only be £10 heavier in the morning. You might say, yeah, well, you've put the water back in. Yeah, but it's not just water. You're going to have you need to put electrolytes back in. You need to rehydrate properly. Salts, that holds water. So you might not then. Do you know what I mean? He could easily be over. He could be 12, 13, 14 pounds in the morning. I don't know what happens if that's the case. So I guess it's a hefty fine.
On the other hand, Conor Benn has successfully met all the weight requirements for the fight. He has made sure to stay within the limits, showing discipline and commitment to the terms. This has further highlighted the contrast between his preparation and Eubank Jr.'s weight issues.
I mean, it looks in very good shape, Matt.
Yeah, fantastic shape. Yeah, shredded, greatly strong as well.
We've had a lot of talk in the build-up about essentially Conor Benn making a fair jump in weight to fight Chris Eubank Jr. in two weight classes. He has fought at a higher weight though in the last year or so.
As we talk more about it, ahead of his mega clash, Conor Benn encountered a controversy over his choice of gloves. He planned to wear traditional horsehair Everlast gloves, which are firmer in feet.
Oh no, I'll probably go these. Yeah, go these. Like that, yeah. I think you've been wearing them in training, anyway. Yeah, these ones. We'll go these ones. Specifically.
You like them ones?
I like these ones, yeah.
Don't forget, once you get your bandages on it, if we have to change it, we've got players which we can change it.
Oh, perfect.
However, Eubank Jr.'s team raised objections, citing a contractual clause that prohibited such gloves.
The contract doesn't take any difference to the boxing.
The contract says gloves that are approved by the British Boxing Control. Those gloves are approved. That's what it says. The gloves are approved by the British Boxing Control. You should have been here and look at these. They're done. They're done. These are your number ones. All right?
This is not okay. It's not okay. We specified all the way through that we don't want horses.
They haven't involved the Boxing Board of Control. And the Boxing Board of Control are the people who approve the gloves. Those gloves are approved. As these gloves are approved, and all these other gloves are approved. We made a big deal about it before you didn't make it with the British Boxing Board of Control, did you?
This disagreement led to a heated exchange between Benn's co-promoter, Frank Smith, and Eubank Jr.'s advisor, Majhar Majid.
They know that Conor Benn's going to get some money on this. What? Contract. What? Yeah, you know me. Yeah? Right. You might need it.
Could you take the argument away somewhere else? Hey, gentlemen, take the conversation away somewhere else.
Mass, I'm not scared of you.
Keep it, mate. Chill.
Prick.
Take the conversation away somewhere else.
Come on.
Goodbye.
Come inside.
Prick.
Sorry? Just keep turning around and signing. Come outside.
Go.
The British Boxing Board of Control stepped in and confirmed that Benn's gloves had been officially approved. It was made clear to Team Eubank that the gloves are approved by the controlling board.
I don't know what contract you have or everything.
The contracts are, our contract is that the British Boxing Board of Control approve the gloves. If the gloves are approved by the British Boxing, as per every contract we've ever done around the world.
Those gloves are approved by the board.
Listen, it's going to be what it is, but that's not okay. It's not okay.
It's okay with us. Well, I accept your opinion, but we've approved the gloves already.
Yeah.
We'll see you all tomorrow.
Chris Eubank Jr.'s failure to make weight before his scheduled fight drew widespread attention and concern. The incident raised questions about the toll of extreme weight cutting and its impact on athletes' safety.
So it got to the last 10-15 minutes of the hour he had once Conor Benn had weighed in. Then he rocked up to get on the scales. He was a little bit over. He had 4 minutes then to make the weight, and that's where he's left this small margin, and he was still over. I looked at earlier footage of him sweating it off this morning, which he posted himself, and I posted on my social media, and you see him sweating cobs. So it's not like it's an impossible ask. If he was training and there was no sweat coming out, you think he's got nothing left. The sweat was dripping off him. It's a miscalculation. Now I spoke to his coach, I spoke to his management team. I said, are you worried about it? He said, no, it's just one of those things, but it's an expensive one of those things.
Before the bout, Eddie Hearn acknowledged that he was aware of Chris's difficulties gaining weight. He pointed out that the catch weight and rehydration provisions had been pre-agreed upon by both sides. According to Hearn, the arrangement was viewed as reasonable and doable because Eubank had previously made comparable weights.
And we've known for a while now that he's been struggling at the weight. It's been a little bit heavy. He had his check weight on Wednesday, which we were aware of. Then we knew his weight yesterday as well. So we knew it was going to be a struggle. I did think he'd make weight, in all honesty, because I know how stubborn Junior is. And after you say I'm so disciplined and I'm such a professional, I knew that in his mind, he knows he's got to make weight. And he missed weight. So it's very unprofessional. It's very ill-disciplined. But it happens. And it's very expensive on this occasion.
Moreover, he described the situation surrounding Eubank Jr.'s weight miss as a shambles, expressing frustration over the confusion and drama in the lead up to the fight. He criticized how the process was handled and highlighted the lack of clarity and professionalism.
I think the whole thing was a bit of a shambles, the way they went about it. The way that they turned up an hour late, they asked for it an hour earlier. And then like when they had to take a little bit of weight off, they kind of just chose to stood there and just go on Instagram and like stand there. Whereas no one said to him, let's just go and do this. He would have got it off like that.
Besides, even if Chris Eubank Jr.'s weight may change by tomorrow night, Eddie Hearn admitted that they are in a good spot right now. He said that for now, everything was going well in spite of the uncertainty that lay ahead.
So yeah, painful. I'm not really, I'm more worried about the mojo. I'm more glad about the mojo in the respect of Conor right now is like this. And Eubank right now is like this. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure that'll change tomorrow night, but right now we're flying.
Moreover, he revealed that Chris Eubank Jr. is not concerned about the rehydration clause. He underlined that Eubank Jr. is used to successfully managing weight and dehydration concerns. Hearn said he was sure Eubank Jr. would handle the conditions before the bout without any issues.
He's stubborn. He ain't giving up the money. And by the way, the biggest struggle for Junior will not be the hydration. It'll be in about 45 minutes. £10 is fine for him. And it's tomorrow morning. He'll put on another £10 after tomorrow morning.
So it's tomorrow morning at 8 a.m?
Yeah, any time after 8 a.m. So it's not going to be an issue. The issue will be the 160 now.
When we go deep into this drama, Conor Benn has also been vocal about Eubank Jr.'s missed weight at the weigh-in, questioning his professionalism and commitment to the agreed terms. He believes that if Eubank Jr. were truly disciplined, he would have made the weight.
Firstly, your reaction to everything that happened regarding Chris's weight this morning?
I mean, it's an expensive price to pay, isn't it? But he's disciplined, so he should have made the weight. He's made this weight his whole career, he's expecting a little bit of sympathy, but he ain't got no sympathy around here.
Furthermore, Conor Benn claimed that even though he increased his weight for the fight against Eubank Jr., he feels more at ease fighting at 156 pounds. In training, he said the increased weight made him feel stronger and more energized. Benn feels that this weight is more appropriate for him and provides him with the strength to try for a stoppage in the ring.
156.4 for yourself. What was the thinking behind that and what that weight gives you tomorrow?
156 is a weight I felt comfortable at. I'm not a 160 fighter, I'm not a 154 fighter, I'm a 147 fighter. So for me, I'm just going to go in there and use my speed, explosiveness, my ferocity. It's the way I fight, for me that's not a 160.
Also, Benn has stated that he is ready to take on the challenges of moving up 2 weight classes and has faith in his abilities to defeat Chris in the ring. Benn says he has been sparring with bigger opponents and feels strong and prepared for the battle, so he isn't deterred by his size disadvantage. Benn, however, is still intent on winning the fight and establishing his reputation in the sport. He is committed to speaking out against Eubank Jr. and establishing his case.
I don't really take much from it. I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to look scared or intimidated or, I'm neither. And I'm just looking forward to Saturday night. We're here now, and, I plan on giving the fans the fight they want.
and in terms of the fans, in terms of the fight you think they want. Tell the world what happens in the ring, Conor Benn, tomorrow night.
You know what I'm there to do. Do you know what I mean? I'm there to get a job done, get in there and get the stoppage. I'm coming in there to take his head clean off.
More notably, in response to his missed weight at the weigh-in for his fight with Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. acknowledged the punishment but showed contempt for the circumstance. He maintained his confidence despite missing the 160-pound limit by 0.05 pounds, implying that Benn, promoter Eddie Hearn, and Matchroom's actions were distractions. Eubank Jr. also underlined his preparedness for the bout, saying he was focused on giving a solid performance in the ring and wasn't worried about the weight he had missed. Honestly, it's been wild. The weight drama, glove disputes, fines, and even the egg slap. It's like a boxing soap opera, but beneath all that, it's still a serious high-stakes fight with pride, legacy, and a lot of money on the line. I'm watching it all unfold like a fan ringside with popcorn. Fascinated, slightly amused, but totally locked in. What about you? Are you backing anyone in this matchup?